And here are all the words, folks. Welcome to Jupiter's Croc here on the Outpost Unknown YouTube channel. My name is Matthew, joined once again by Ronan.
Yeah, this is a call to a conversation nobody heard, but there is a little part in Steve's stomach that was like, "Oh God, he's gonna say all the words, isn't he? He's gonna say all the words." But I'm not.
And as introduced, Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly what Ronan said. It's like that's a joke that no one gets because it happened before you started the recording or
Yep.
before you started the countdown. Like that, you
It's
you
fine.
you
It
you
could be a joke
delivered
amongst
you
us.
delivered a punchline for a joke that no one heard.
It could be a
All the
joke
right
amongst us. We
all the
understand.
right
That's all that
people get
matters.
it, Steve. That's all like the joke can be as obscure as I want it to be, because all
Mhm.
the right people are going to get it.
I will point out before we dive into this, we're talking episode 9 of Spartacus Blood and Sand, season 1. What's the title of this episode, Steve?
Sex worker.
Vero's Happy Adventure.
It's a
Horror.
sex worker. Sex worker.
We're talking horror. Now, I have to apologize to two people before we start. The first
Is it
one is going to
Ronan
be
and I for your general attitude?
no, not you. I'll never apologize to you, but I am going to
What about
apologize to
me?
Ronan. I'm going to
Ah,
apologize to Ronan.
awesome.
Yeah. So the last episode, I was like, I don't remember this episode. Like horror. Like what is this? I just could not remember it. And Ronan's like, well, I remember this very, very well. As I was watching this, I was like, shame on me for forgetting what this episode was. Shame on me, Ronan.
All the shame.
Yes, you had the memories of this. I had lost them, and for that I apologize. I also want to apologize to Ms. Viva Bianca for putting in work this episode and forgetting all about, all about it until I watched the episode, and I was like, "Oh boy, okay, I understand what the title of
Other
this
good things
episode."
are introduced in this episode.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of good things introduced in this episode, but one thing in particular was kind of like, wow. So we're going to talk about it. You guys, we've been digging season 1 of Blood and Sand so far. How you feeling rolling into pretty much the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes of the season? Steve, we'll start with you.
I'm feeling good. It's an incredible show. Continues to be incredible after we got through the rough start. Yeah, I'm here for it. This is easily in my top 5 shows ever, so I'm always happy to watch it.
Okay. Okay. Ronan, how are you feeling going into the sort of the finale ish of this first season?
Has a famous movie once said, "We're in the end game. We're rolling on into it." Yeah, yeah. No, this show holds up. It holds up to repeated viewings. Outside of the infamously bad first few episodes. Remember when a listener was like telling us to stop saying that? Anyway, yeah, like those infamously bad first few episodes, and then the show becomes spectacular, only possibly beaten out by its prequel show. Like the only TV show I can think of that however short it may be, that has not a single bad episode in it. Like the
Yeah.
entire run is just fucking flawless. The prequel,
Yeah.
rephrase that.
I think Godzilla is 6 episodes, and this is the longest of the full season. This is 13 episodes, and I think we all agree 3 episodes could have been kind of cut out of that. But yeah, we are here. We're excited. Let's talk about this episode, Steve. So take it away.
So it starts with I watched this a week ago and did not rewatch it. It starts with Spartacus.
How could you not rewatch it? It's great.
uh,
Always good to rewatch these episodes.
Spartacus and Vero are sparring, and Vero is very sad. The next 2 episodes are gonna be a very like Vero. There's a Vero plot line
Yeah,
running
Steve,
through
how are you
them.
feeling about that? Like,
Yeah,
tell us your.
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good about it.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, they're just
so
setting him up for good character growth. That's all.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Look, this is Jai Courtney's time to shine. Uh, And Vero is like Spartacus is limiting Vero like you're being a fucking sad sack. Can we fucking get some sparring done today? And Vero's like, oh man, my wife that I completely shit on is dumping me for completely fucking justified reasons, and I can't help it. Like I don't know what to do with my life. And I don't remember if it happens exactly at this point or maybe later, but at some point Spartacus says, or Vero says, I've run out of money to have Asher continue to try to reach out to her, and Spartacus says, I got you, fam,
I got you.
and gives Vero money to give to Asher to have Asher continue to hunt for Aurelia, I think is his wife's name.
How many
Uh,
space bucks do you think these gladiator like a gladiator like Spartacus, how many space bucks do you think that he gets? Like, because it seems like they only give him, like, maybe 3 or 4, at
yeah,
least in
we've had this conversation before where it's like, I guess like to Barca's freedom was only going to be like 30 denarii or something, and which we figured out would have been like 5 or 6 fights in the arena, but somehow over 5 years he didn't save that. I mean, look, the money in all these Roman shows makes no fucking sense. They just say $1 billion, and we just have to take it. But yeah, the money makes no sense. Alith or not Alithia, Lycinia. I'm gonna get all these fucking names fucked up.
there are a lot of elves.
My cat is attacking me off screen. Get away. uh, Lycinia is Shoyo. She's the cousin of Marcus Crassus, who we'll see like 3 seasons from now, and obviously Badiatus and Lucretia want to buddy up to her because they would have the ear of the richest man in Rome. And so like Lycinia is going to kind of like replace Alithia if Xena and Badiatus have their way. Um, Speaking of having their way with things,
Downgrade.
like Kenya really wants to fuck someone, really wants to fuck a gladiator, and so uh, the pleasures of the House of Badiatus are about to
Yes.
be brought up again, and so Lycinia decides that she wants to fuck Spartacus. And so everyone's gonna wear a mask. So she picks out the mask of, I don't, Matt, what god mask did she pick? I don't remember.
Diana, I think.
Yeah,
All right,
goddess of
yeah,
the hunt
Goddess of the
or
all
Hunt.
right. Well, she's gonna hunt for some Spartacus dick. So
what's more important is who was wearing that mask.
Mira,
Yeah,
the Katrina Law. We're gonna see a lot of Mira in this episode.
yeah, so we
Gonna
see a
see
lot of
all of
her
her.
we see all of her in this exact moment, and it was as I was watching, it's like, I think we don't give Katrina Law enough credit in this show. She
How
gets uncomfortably overlooked.
how many slaves does Badiatus have? It's like he's got so like just like a harem of female slaves. Like I guess they're just assuming like he purchased them now that he's in with all this wealth and stuff. He might have just
Yeah.
bought more, but there's like a huge line of women there, and I'm just like, where did all these slaves come from?
It's a
A
visual
billion space
indicator for
bucks.
it's a visual indicator for us, the viewer, that he is, in abundance. He's got all the coins, so he can afford to just buy so many extra slaves at this
Making
point.
it hail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I don't know if we're ever supposed to know, like, was Mira a slave that was meant to be here the whole time? Is she a new addition?
Yeah,
Like, we
that's a
don't
good
know.
point.
This is the
yeah,
first time
yeah.
she's brought up in the show. But yeah, so a bunch of naked slave girls are modeling these masks, and like Kenya says, I want that one, and it turns out to be the mask that Mira was wearing. And so Xena and Lycinia are discussing terms, and in comes Alithia. And Alithia's like, oh, hey, I'm here for the fancy plans that we had for today. And Xena's like, bitch, that's tomorrow. And like, Lithia's like, whoopsie. It's very obvious that Alithia, I'm pretty sure, like, Alithia did this on purpose, right? Like, she couldn't handle it that Xena is going to be friends with a higher level, proper Roman woman.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like.
Okay.
Yeah, how's like either she is setting this up, or because there is another setup later on in the episode, by one of the 3 people in this, well, 2 of the 3 people in this conversation. Uh, like, I don't know if, like, this was all part of I doubt it's part of a
I don't,
long con, because she does seem genuinely surprised and upset by how
yeah, I don't think this is part of Xena's plan. I think Xena's ultimate plan doesn't get enacted until Alithia picks Crixus, but we'll get to there.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, I think Alithia showed up because she couldn't handle it that
she got
Xena is.
nosy and somehow caught wind that one of her other buddies was coming into the Ludus and was like, "Oh, no, I boss these guys around. I
Like,
can't have someone else do
I have claimed
I've
Xena
got
as
dibs on these lowly
my friend.
peasants."
Yeah, so Alithia comes in and just kind of like crashes their get together, and so like Kenny is like, oh well, fuck, I gotta leave. I'll see you later. Yeah, we'll talk business later, Xena. And so Alithia calls out Xena. So like, what fucking business are we talking about? I saw that mask that she was that she that Lycinia was taking with her that she obviously tried to hide. So I know there's some plans going on. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted to fuck a gladiator, and Xena's like,
Alithia figures it right out.
Yeah,
She's like,
like she is
the
shocked.
speed
Like, I would
yeah,
never.
the speed of how quickly she puts it together, it does kind of lend into like a was this intent like it like again I would wager a bet like you guys said like this plan didn't get hatched until later on, but the fact that just how conveniently all this pulls together at this point does kind of sort of make it seem like maybe there was some sort of a hint of a I don't know, but yeah, she put this together really fucking fast.
I think
I think she's
Alithia,
just an intelligent
yeah,
woman, Ronan. Give her some credit.
and I think
She
it's like,
saw a mask. She saw them being cagey, and she's like Kitty is gonna fuck a gladiator because
yeah,
I want to
and
do that.
Lithia herself has been like very obviously hot for the gladiators. I think
Yeah,
it's not a leap in logic for her to figure this out, especially given the secrecy that's obviously going on here. But Alithia and or Xenosaur's Alithia to secrecy, and Alithia is like, yeah, I would
never.
never gossip
Never,
about what's going
ever,
on behind the
ever.
body honest. But at this point, Alithia thinks, haha, I've got another thing to lord over Xena. I've got this secret now. Uh, so now, but ultimately, like Spartacus is going to have to fuck Lycinia, and there's a scene with Badiatus, and
This great scene.
Badiatus tell you like, hey, yeah, fuck Lycinia, and Spartacus is like, are such things asked of a champion? And Badiatus is like, yep.
Oh
Is
yeah.
there a
Yep.
is there a problem? And Spartacus is like,
Nah.
nah, she's fucking fine. So Spartacus is going to be okay with this. This is not the Thracian Spartacus. This is Spartacus that is
Right.
fully
This
engrossed with
yeah.
the idea of
This
being
is has we'll be referring well we won't be, but like as you listeners at home, you can think of this Spartacus as GBS. Good boy Spartacus. He is being a very good boy right now. And it's like, "Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'll just do whatever and I'll just eat my candy and I'll just be rewarded with women
Oh
and
my god.
whores and everything, so
yeah. So, but there's
I got
a,
another like 30 more episodes of this bullshit, Steve.
that's fine. Ronan's going to end up having diabetes, not you. It's going to be fine. And I will join him. So
solidarity.
there's a lot of talk in the House of Badiatus about Spartacus fucking Lycinia.
Oh
So
yeah.
Badiatus, talk to Spartacus is like, "Are you gonna do it?" Spartacus says, "Yep, no problem, boss." But there's a scene where
It comes
Badiatus
before
is
this.
whatever. It doesn't matter. We're gonna
Close
get there.
enough.
There's a scene where Badiatus is fucking a slave, reverse cowgirl. They don't do that in the South because you don't turn your back on family. Xena 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 is off to the side just watching Badiatus fuck this slave, and as Badiatus is about to get off, Xena twists his
Give him a
nipple.
little
Oh, no!
nipple twist.
God.
Dude, you just broke Matt. You broke him.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right, we good? We good? We good? Take two.
I am
two.
the one here who's not from the South viewer, so. Oh my goodness.
Anyways, so like Xena twists his nipple and he does this fucking wolf howl as he's coming
Yeah.
into this girl.
It is
Such
pretty
a
Want to
funny.
note too, the slave just is thoroughly not impressed by any of this. She has the most dull look.
Well,
Yeah,
of course she's not into it, Ronan. Of course she's being
And
ordered to.
as soon as Badiatus finishes, he just like slaps her ass. He's like, "Leave, bring wine."
Okay,
Like we're laughing at this horrific thing that's happening to this person.
well, it looked like Lucy Lawless really went for the twisted nipple. Like it didn't look like she was like hiding it or faking it. It looked
No,
like she
this
was like,
this was
"Urgh."
this was full method. She went
Full
method
method,
at
yeah.
this
He's
point.
probably John Hannah's like, just do it. Just twist the nipple. I'm into it. Just do
Right.
it.
And John Hannah obviously also method was actually fucking this girl on set.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
that's
about
the
that.
only way to do it. Win in Rome, as they say. Win in
Anyways.
Rome.
Xena brings up the very good point that it's been a long time since Spartacus had sex with anyone. We don't want him to be like a one
Two
pump
pumps.
chump.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got to get him a woman, and Mira just happens to be there, and so like you go fuck Spartacus. And so it's later on at night, and Mira goes to Spartacus's room, and Spartacus is like, I'm not interested.
Well, he walks in and she's just like,
He's just hanging out on his
like what you
what
see.
counts as a bed, and it's like, just we should all be so fortunate, just to have Katrina Law laying on our bed slash couch or
But not
whatever.
Katrina Law, who is a slave. We want her to
No,
willingly
no,
be there,
exactly. Yeah,
which is the
all
argument
things need to be consensual.
Spartacus makes.
Yeah,
Katrina Law is like, what do you not like me? And Spartacus is like, I am not interested in having sex with women that are like told to have sex with me. Like I'm Spartacus. I'm champion of Capua. I'm all about consent.
he's got
Uh,
his principles.
and so
Even now,
he kicks Katrina Law out, and it just goes to bed. And so the next time we see Katrina Law, it's like Lucy Lawless is having a bath,
of
and
course,
yeah,
classic Spartacus bath scene. We
yes,
love them; they're great.
uh, yeah. And so Xena's having a bath, and Mira comes in and I think dumps some more warm water in the bath, and Xena's like, "Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. How'd it go with Spartacus? Like, how many times did he have you? How big was his dick?" And Mira's like,
So funny.
he wasn't interested.
He
And so
kind of kicked me out.
She
it's a,
told the truth, which
yeah,
is interesting because you would think that maybe she'd be like, "Oh, it was great," 8 inches, fantastic. It was great, but no, she's like, "Nah."
It it had both length and girth. It was perfect, the
Yeah,
perfect
she
size. Yeah.
tells the truth, which is honorable.
Spartacus wasn't into it. And so Xena makes Mira disrobe. And so she gives her a quick once over and it's like, well, all the parts look like they're in working order, so you must just be a bitch. So you're gonna go back out there tonight and you're gonna fuck him or I'm gonna kill you. And Mira's like,
Not the best look for Xena in
no,
this
no, no, not
episode.
the
No.
best
Not
look
the
for
best
Xena.
look.
Now you're saying it's not a good look. Everything else that's come before this was
Well, she
fine.
seems to be overly kind of like, and maybe it's just because she's got the crassest riches bouncing around in her mind, whatever. But it feels like in the previous episode, she wasn't this cruel to a lot of the people. It just felt very cruel this
This
episode.
episode is a turning point for Xena. There was something that
Yeah,
I'm going to bring up when we're done like recapping the episode because I for whatever reason this watch through is hitting me different with the Xena and Alithia relationship. Like a
oh,
much
interesting.
different.
The more we watch, the more subtle things appear, and you're like, oh, I didn't catch
But,
that before.
but anyways, it's like the next night. Or the same night, whatever. It's the second time that Mira is going to Spartacus, and at this point, the conversation with Vero about how Vero has run out of money and Spartacus is going to give him money to try to find his wife, that has definitely happened. And so Mira comes in, apparently like the door to Spartacus's cell doesn't lock because she just walks in when he's asleep and like touches his chest and he like he's about to kill her because he was
Yeah,
startled awake.
don't
She's like,
ever wake
don't
a
ever fucking wake a
gladiator.
gladiator. Uh, and so Spartacus tells her, it's like, listen, like, what part of no did you not understand? I am not interested.
Do not
And
consent, Mira. Do not.
Mira says, look, if I leave without you fucking me again, Xena is going to kill me. So it's like
There is a moment
we
where
got to
she
do
seems a
this.
little pouty. She's like, "Well, wait a minute. Why don't you?" She's like, "Let's break this down for
Yeah,
a second. What is it about me that
yeah.
you don't like?" She's
She's
like,
like, I am a smoke show, am I not?
and
Like,
this is
what?
true.
One
But
day
yeah,
I will be cast in Arrow and be a significant part of the
Yes.
Arrowverse. How dare you turn me down?
Yeah.
Uh, so
one day you'll be dead. So I think everything evens out.
Oh.
Jesus,
Oh, jeez. You
God.
dark.
Uh, so Mira tells him, like, look, if you don't fuck me, Xena's gonna kill me. And Spartacus is like, I'm still not interested, but if you need to stay here for the night, you can.
Gives her a
In the
blanket
floor.
on the
He
floor.
gives her a blanket, tells her to give her the floor.
What a gentleman.
And she says, is there nothing I can do for you? And he's like, actually, there is something you can do for me. And we find out he has dispatched Detective Mira
Yes.
to leave the house of Badiatus and go conduct an investigation to figure out where Vero's wife is. This is something that like even like when we watched this through the last time, I was like, does Mira just get to leave the house whenever she wants? Like I still do not understand
I don't
I'm
think
a
Uh,
she gets to leave whenever she wants. I think whenever they go to the market, like Xenon and stuff, they go to the market, she goes along.
I think, like, I believe kind of like how Asher gets a lot of freedom to go in and to go in and out of the walls, or yeah, like, I think if you're a high enough ranking slave, I don't wanna use the other term for it, but if you're a high enough ranking slave, then you're able to, like, you get freedom to go outside, kinda, and kind of play and do stuff,
well,
and I'm
apparently we're
assuming
supposed to assume that Mira has that freedom, but she did not strike me as someone who has the trust of Body Honest and
Yeah.
Xena
considering
to
how
push
she's
the walls.
introduced with, like, what, 3 episodes left? 4
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah. I think this would have been better if she would have been established far earlier on in the show
Yeah,
as like being there and being next to Lucy Lawless, because it's not like Navia, right? Where that's like Lucy Lawless's like main slave. It's like it does feel kind of pigeonholed in. It's like, what? Because I think at one point doesn't she say like, "Oh, I went out into the hills and I found
yeah,
her
that
like hiding
yeah,
out in a
yeah.
house or something." It's like,
Next episode,
how did she get out into the hills?
yeah, these are questions that
Yeah,
I've always had, and we're apparently just not supposed to think about it. But Detective Mira is on the case. It's
we
so
need that show,
Ronan
dude.
mentioned Asher, so let's talk about what Asher's up to. Asher and Crixus are both about to return to the pit to fight, and Crixus is talking to the Medicus, and the Medicus is like 2 or 3 more weeks, and Crixus is like tomorrow.
An oddly
Tomorrow.
sensual moment. He
He's so
grabs the
he
guy's hands
yeah,
and, like, gets uncomfortably close to him
yeah,
with a frightening smile. Like, like, the kind of, like, not angry smile, but the sort of smile where you're like, "Oh, there's nothing good's gonna come from this
like he's going to
this
snap
clo"
my neck if I say 2 to 3 more days,
and
like
it's just like,
tomorrow,
"Tomorrow."
tomorrow.
With the that vo yeah, I
Very
would've
gentle.
yeah, absolute brick shitting would have happened at this moment. Like, "Yes, sir." Pow.
Crixus is ready to get his status back. Like
And he's not. He never
he
does. He
wants
never
shut
No,
will.
your
no.
mouth. Shut your
And,
mouth.
this is the point where, Crixus at this point fully enters, Steve, do you agree with this analogy? Do you think that Crixus now has fully entered, like, you know Piccolo level, like, Dragon Ball Z movie Piccolo level, where he just comes in and takes out
What the
ads, but
hell are we talking about? What
he's
the hell
never
are we
really a
talking
We're
about?
threat
talking about
again.
that he's no longer at the top of the food chain, nor will he ever will be again.
Shut your mouth.
There's even a point where maybe it's in this episode where Crixus first comes back out onto the sands, and I think Vero is like, "Oh, look who it is, the undefeated Gaul," and Spartacus is like, "Perhaps he should change his name because
He
he's been
perhaps he
defeated."
Yeah,
should get a new name.
yeah. Bullshit. I hate
But anyways,
Spartacus.
while Crixus is in like the Medicus chambers, I think Asher also shows up, and Asher, we understand because we've seen the prequel. Like Asher has now been wearing this brace on his leg for like 5 years, and it's finally time for the brace to come off.
I
And
feel like it
Asher,
could have come off sooner.
well, it's coming off now, and Asher is ready to go to resume training, and Crixus is like, "Really, you fucking like Sand are gonna resume training?" I mean, at this point,
Well,
Asher's
Asher's like, yeah, because he's like, Dominus said, once this is off, I get to be a gladiator again, and that's like his whole
yeah,
sort of
and look
goal. And he's,
for like the last 3 months, Asher's got just as many wins as Crixus does. So I mean,
oh
They
my
Crixus
are on
can't
god.
par.
fucking talk right
I
now.
mean, do I need to leave? I mean,
Asher
But
does inevitably get Asher
assholes.
Asher will eventually get a win over
yeah,
Julius fucking Caesar. So, I think that
he
actually does.
he arguably gets an emotional win over Crixus. So
Yeah, several wins actually when you think about it. He's playing the long game. It's
Long
5
term
each.
booking? Is that what we're doing here? Long
It's
term booking?
but anyways,
it's 5
Crixus
each, yes.
Crixus and Asher basically go back out onto the sands of the training pit for the first time ever. They go out at the same time, and I think fucking Agron and Duro like end up picking fights with Crixus. There's like a little mini plot line with Duro and Crixus between this and the next episode. But when Asher comes out, uh Asher's like talking big shit, and he's like, who will face Asher?
But
Choose
I
wisely.
long for blood. He's
I
pointing
long
his
for
little
blood.
wooden stick.
And then Body Honest is like, Asher, why don't you and I have a little talk over here?
Well,
And everyone
Crix,
shits on Asher. It's
This is
like
so funny. This
everyone
sequence with him and
everyone
Badiatus.
jokes to like, oh yeah, the master is calling his dog back. But like, you're all fucking slaves. You're all the dog
everyone
of this
would
guy.
do this.
What
Uh,
no.
but Asher goes and talks to Badiatus, and Badiatus basically tells him like, "Look, your gladiator days are over. You are too smart to be a gladiator. Leave fighting to the idiots like Crixus out there. Like you have intelligence that I need to continue to use
So
as a as
this is
a resource."
this is a fascinating moment because for Crix, like for Asher, this is you can tell from the look on his face. This is like a double sided, like a double handed compliment. It's, okay, well, I'm going to give you one thing, but then slap you with another, because Asher actually genuinely wants to be a gladiator, but like Badiatus genuinely means it. He's like, no, no, leave. Like you're better than that shit down there. You work with me now. For Badiatus, this is like that's like the highest compliment that he can give Asher. But you can see like just the destroyed face of Asher, where he's like, but no, no, me want to be strong worker man, but refrigerator messy, so
Well,
messy.
there's a moment because there's this great sequence when Asher's trying to convince Badiatus. He's like, "Do you remember when I cleaved Rodin's head in two back in the arena?" Like all of this stuff, right? And then he actually stops
That's
and
all
puts
Dagon shit.
yeah, but he also puts his hand on Badiatus to like stop him, and they have that moment where they like look down, and he's like, "Oh, apologies," but Badiatus does not freak out on him about it. So there is a respect there, and Badiatus knows that Asher has a certain set of talents that that he needs.
Yeah, and
It's a
Asher
great.
does eventually, come the end of the season, and especially in the next season, come to realize, like, yeah, maybe I should use brain more than brawn. Maybe I should put 2 and 2 and make 4. That
Yep.
he does learn that, but that was a nice little moment there. Where it's like, yeah, Badiatus gives him a genuine compliment, but you can see from the look of Asher's face that like it really is he takes it as a slap in the face.
Yeah,
Yep. Asher really wants the respect of being a gladiator, and he's never had it. Uh, but I did think something that I did look up before, like Asher rattles off like 3 people that he killed in the arena, and these names are actually the names of the gladiators that he fights in the prequel series. So it's good attention to detail that they
that is
actually
cool.
cashed that in. Now he only killed 2 of them, and I think
Aegon did the hard work.
yeah, Dagon. I think there's maybe one that Asher actually like maybe beats in a legit fight. But yeah, one of the 3 Dagon definitely killed, and one of the 3 Asher only killed him because Dagon put in the work. But still, I thought it was cool that like the 3 name that, which means that Asher's not done shit in the arena for the last 5 years, obviously. But the 3 names that he gives in this scene, they do pay that off in the prequel series.
And
Uh,
via Reddit levels of power scaling, we can dictate that 5 years somehow scaled Asher's power to insurmountable levels, allowing him to beat Julius fucking Caesar.
Is that really that? I mean, 'cause Caesar was never like really shown as to be much of a fighter. Like it's
No,
established that like nearly every gladiator is superior to nearly every Roman soldier in a one-on-one
it's
fight.
that's the problem with that the show takes over for the next 2 seasons, is that only one Roman soldier like is ever a threat. Everyone, all the other Romans are just like absolute trash, garbage. They need massive numbers to be a threat. But that's
All I'm
that's a
saying
that's a difference. That's a different rant.
all I'm saying is I was totally fine with Asher beating Caesar in a one-on-one fight. I think that makes sense given what has been shown in the rest of the series. Anyway, so Asher I think in the last episode or maybe the episode before, good Salonius went to Asher and was like, "Hey, you wanted to be a spy," and Asher turned him down. Well, Asher goes out to market in this episode, and I think he's got money to try to contact Vero's wife, but he also runs into Salonius and tells Salonius like, "Hey, I've got Badiatus is gonna do some shit. Hand me some money, and I will hand you some information." And Salonius says gives him like 3 coins, and Asher like looks at his hand, and then, and
All
then,
the space folks,
and then
please.
Salonius just dumps his whole coin bag in there, and so Asher tells him that like it's known that on this night of the week you go and hook up with a certain prostitute. Don't go tonight. Send someone else because someone's going to try to kill you. And sure enough, later on we find out that Aulus, the guy that we know, the carriage driver that actually killed Sura, uh, he and Asher walk in with like the head of whoever showed up in Salonius's place. So Asher is potentially now giving information to good Salonius. What else happens in this episode? Well, let's set up what's going on with Xena and Alithia. There's a scene where Crixus is just fucking the shit out of Xena, and after he does
You know,
leave,
you guys can give Crixus all the shit you want, but I mean, the man puts in work.
I mean, I'm not saying anything.
We've never besmirched that area of his field of expertise. It's just everything else.
Lucy Lawless is like going crazy during this too. I mean, this is like over the top wildness. She is.
Yeah.
She's loving every bit.
And then Crixus gets up to leave because his job is done. But oh fuck, she wants
Well,
to
she
cuddle.
wants to cuddle and pillow talk. Fuck.
So she says, linger a while because Badiatus is out of the house right now, and so she grabs Crixus's arm and like wraps it around her. He's like, "You're mine and no one else's." And then Alithia shows up sometime later, and Alithia is playing coy. Like it's very clear that she knows exactly what she wants, exactly the purpose of this visit. She kind of slow rolls it until Xena's like, "Hey, you want to fuck a gladiator too, right?" And Alithia's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I do." And
what would my husband think?
I think at some point, maybe Xena offers up Vero, and
yeah, she does.
Like, no, she makes fun of it. Like, not Vero.
He's too common.
Vero's too common.
Can you imagine, not
Captain
Courtney,
Boomerang? Fuck that! I'm not
like
fucking him.
Courtney reading the script of this episode and just throw him like, nah, sorry, not Jai Courtney. No way, sorry.
I can't fuck John Connor. I need to.
He gets killed twice. Once this episode and once next episode.
But so Alithia's like, no, not Vero. I think I have the same taste as you. I want Crixus. And then
we cut to epic room trash.
Xena is just fucking crashing out. She is like just smashing various bits of pottery, throwing furniture.
Has her wig off and everything.
She has her wig off. And Badiatus comes in and he's like, "What fucking tempest?" or whatever he says. He's like, "What the shit is going on? Why is there a goddamn tornado in my house?" And Xena is like, "Alithia wants to fuck Crixus," and Badiatus is like, "So fucking what? Like, what?"
Yeah, he's like, "What? Who gives a shit? Like, let her." Like, what are you doing? You see, it's at this point, it's like, okay, Badiatus is not stupid, right? Like, if you came home and your woman was just crying because, her friend wanted to fuck this dude, you'd be like, something's going on. I mean, she's not trying to hide it. So I think a few episodes back we asked, like, what kind of feelings does Xena actually have for Crixus? Is she actually in love with Crixus, or is it just kind of like a thing? This scene seems to think like she actually loves.
I think it's more like infatuation.
It's my toy, and I don't want to share it.
Yeah, but so she has very strong feelings, and Badiatus. I don't think Badiatus ever actually asks her, "Why do you care?" So I think that further shows that Badiatus knows what's going on.
We find out later. He tells her. He's like, because remember, he's like, "I know everything that goes on in this house." Because he's like, "And you will stop fucking Crixus."
Yeah,
but we'll get there.
I don't think Xena knows that Badiatus knows at this point.
Oh no.
Anyways, Xena freaks out. So Xena is going to, like, because of this, Xena is now going to launch a plan. And the plan is the finale. So what other moments did I miss? Crixus is still trying to get with Navia.
Is this where he has his Vero moment? Like, there's a moment, I don't know if it's this episode or next episode, where he's Navia, he's fighting and he sees Navia like talking to the guard. Is that this episode or next?
I think that's this episode.
It's this one. Yeah.
There is also a moment. I think it's pretty close at the same time where like they're down in like the bathhouse area.
And Asher. Yeah.
Yeah. Where like and then suddenly like like Vero's just beating the shit out of Asher because Asher is just telling him the truth. It's like, yeah, I went to your house to deliver the message. No one was there, and then Vero just starts beating him up. And he's like, I don't know what's so wrong. There was just a little blood on the floor. What's wrong? Blah. And he gets in a couple of good shots, but
Yeah.
by and large, Vero just beats the shit out of him.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
crash outs in this episode. Yeah, so Asher gives bad news to Vero. Like, hey, I went to find your wife, and there was just blood there. So Vero beats him down, gets himself thrown into, gets himself like chained up in a cell for the night. Crixus sees Navia flirting with one of the guards, and I don't remember if I think it must pay off later in this episode. Crixus freaks out and starts beating the shit out of Duro. Uh, which
Oh
leads,
yeah,
I think,
because
to
Agron's very upset at his brother
yeah,
because his brother, like, and I think in the previous episode, or whatever, like his brother put him like the missio or whatever. He's like, he keeps, he's, I don't know, he's very disappointed his brother's not sort of living up to the
yeah.
gladiator
And
He,
sort of stuff.
he
And so
Agron
Duro's like,
keeps
fine, I'm gonna just go after him, and then Crixus just beats the shit out of him over and over and over and over again. But yeah, Crixus sees Navia like talking to that guard, and he has a Vero moment. He doesn't go as far as Vero, but I was like, Crixus, what are you doing? And he's like, I saw you talking to that blah blah. And she's like,
Once
dude,
again, he
dude.
shows off prime big brain behavior.
Right.
yeah.
But unlike Vero, he's like, oh shit, you're right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So
I'm
Vero
sorry, babe.
sees
I'm sorry, babe.
Well, I
Navia.
mean, of course, he instantly like goes to the "oh, you're right" because he realized that he does have enough brain cell to realize key equals. He has enough brain cell to figure that
He's in
out.
love, buddy.
uh, Anyways, yeah. So Crixus sees Navia flirting with a guard, gets angry, beats the shit out of Duro. There's another like plot thread where Agron keeps defending Duro, and at one point, I think it might have been a previous episode. Sparks is like, "You're not doing him any fucking favors by coming to his rescue all the time." But later on, Crixus goes, or it's time for Crixus and Navia to meet up, and Crixus is very upset with Navia. It's like, "What the fuck? I saw you flirting with the guard." And she's like, "Yeah, so I could get this key, so I could fuck you, you stupid idiot." And so they fuck. Um,
But
what
who watches? Somebody notices.
No, that's I believe the next episode
Oh,
where
that's the
that
next
happens.
episode? Okay. That's a
Anyways,
tease,
is
folks,
there
for next week.
is there before we get to the finale, is there any other like plot tidbit that we missed that we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
All
so.
right.
I'm sure people will let us know in the comments
So
below if we forgot.
it's
Or show
game
us more
time.
toys that you've been making.
It's
Yeah.
game time for Spartacus, and Lucy Lawless is leading Spartacus into a room, and she's like, "Don't fucking talk to her. Don't make any fucking noise. Like you are to be
Except for
anonymous.
grunts. Yeah.
Yes,
No, she
like
tells him grunting is allowed.
anticipate her needs, but don't you fucking open your mouth and talk to her." And so she has Spartacus like painted in gold and have a gold mask on.
The whole
Meanwhile,
production in slow
No.
motion
yeah,
of
he
Zack
is
Snyder
painted
comes
like
in,
a golden god.
the scene.
yeah.
And then
And when we say he's painted in gold, we mean every
yeah,
single
the
part
Oh
the
yeah.
Spartacus
is
stunt
painted in
talk.
gold.
Uh,
Someone
and so
had to lift and fluff around the sack, get the taint, get in between the crack.
You've been thinking about this a lot, Ronan.
I just watched it, and I always know okay, yeah, he's completely covered in gold, but to truly capture the effect,
Yeah.
somebody had to be like bend and separate so they could get
or
like
maybe they just had like a bucket of gold paint and they just had him like teabag it. Like we don't know. You don't know that anyone got
No,
down
no,
there.
Ronan knows, Steve. Yeah, somebody had to spread the cheek and paint it.
Anyways, so
It's the only way to
Spartacus,
do the effect correctly.
Spartacus, who is painted gold wearing a gold mask, is led into a room with Lycinia, also
Mm.
wearing wearing Diane mask,
But not painted gold.
not painted gold. There's just we need it to see it in all its natural glory. And so Spartacus comes in, and Spartacus and Lycinia start fucking, and they're having a grand old time. And
He does come in. He does do that.
does he? I don't think he got there.
No, because this puts a hard timer for the next season. Because in the next we know the events of the next season from here
Oh,
happen
that's
within
true.
about
Yeah. So
5 months or so.
he must have just just got it in there right at the end because
He's Spartacus. He can do it again and again. Come on now.
Yeah.
as he's going to town on Lycinia, the curtain gets pulled back, and it's Lucy Lawless with the actual Lycinia. And so now these two masked people who are fucking, they each take their masks off, and
Well,
it's
she
actually
also just drops her name too. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you weren't done with Spartacus yet.
yeah, it's Alithia. They take their masks off, and Spartacus and Alithia make eye contact, and Spartacus just starts strangling her, and the guards pull her away. And
The guards who just magically were there, were the guards just sitting there watching this whole thing happen? Like,
That
what
is
were
a
the
fair question.
guards doing?
Because they do
These
materialize out of
guards are
nowhere.
both blind, deaf, but always available to be there when you need it.
I mean, you're just a guard sitting there watching, like, what's going on. Like,
There's like numerous.
wish I could be painted gold with the taint.
Numerous crimes are admitted to with a guard like right here, and the guards like never do anything.
The guards are, that NDA is a real motherfucker. You like once you sign it to work in these ludices, you can't get it. It's rough. You can't get out of it. Trust me.
Well, anyways, the Spartacus gets led away, and Lycinia starts laughing. Lycinia is like, "Oh, this will set the tongues wagging of all the people in Rome." Alithia, fucking Spartacus, the man that basically destroyed her husband's reputation, and then she's laughing.
Lucy
And-
Lawless goes, "It is a scandal." Gives her that evil Disney smile, that kind of smile.
and
That was a
so-
mistake.
Yeah, because Alithia keeps saying, "Stop laughing, stop laughing, stop laughing, stop fucking laughing," and she lunges and she grabs Lycinia and she starts smashing Lycinia's head in like the side of a bathtub. It just smashes her skull, smashes her face in. So Lycinia is dead, and so now everyone has to do fucking cleanup. Bodyatis goes to
Awesome
Lucy
too.
Yeah,
The gore
really
on the
great
face
effect.
looked
Yeah.
awesome.
Bodyatis goes to Lucy Lawless and is like, "What the fuck were you thinking? Like Marcus Crassus's cousin is fucking dead in my fucking bathroom. Like, what the shit is going on? Like, what are we gonna do?" And Xena's like, "Don't you fucking worry, I got this. We'll just, no one knows that she was here. I made sure she came alone. We can just fucking pitch her off the cliff. No one will have it. No one will even fucking know. Like, basically, like, we're gonna cover this shit up." And
No
don't you
one
worry,
ever goes to the bottom of that cliff. You know how many bodies are down there?
at least one.
Two,
so-
actually.
And so, yeah.
Naeus is down there.
Yeah. Xena's like, "I will handle Alithia. Don't worry about it. No one knows that Lycinia is here. We're in the clear." And so Bodyatis goes to Spartacus and he's like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen."
I had no idea my wife was going to do this.
That was a real violation of the bro code, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. He's like, it's rough.
But Bodyatis and Spartacus are on good terms. Like they know that neither of them had any say in this. And so I believe the episode ends with Xena like cradling Alithia, and Alithia is, she's distraught as what she's just done, and she's like, "I'm going to be killed. I will be murdered. I killed Marcus Crassus's cousin. I'm going to fucking die." And Xena's like, "Don't you worry about it. This will be our little secret," which is something
I
that
think she
Alithia says
also
to her earlier.
Well, in her mental distress, I do believe she also starts to piece out that she was set up and doesn't
Yeah.
because she is like, "Why would you do that to me?" And
Yeah.
and Lucy All doesn't admit to doing it, but yeah, she's called on. Like, I don't know if it maybe later on it finally she does that. Oh, okay, like this was a very mean trick, but yeah,
The acting between them is awesome too. Like Lucy Lawless and Viva Bianca are so good in this sort of sequence when Viva Bianca is just like
you could have left it
traumatized.
at there so good. You could have left it there and it would have been accurate.
Well, she's traumatized, and like Xena's, I mean, just the way that she's trying to manipulate her. It's like these two people throughout the series just manipulate the shit out of each other. It's perfect.
So
It's great.
That's the end of the show. That's the end of this episode. Xena is like, "Don't you worry, Alithia. I'm not going to blackmail you too hard." That's what I wanted to bring up. I feel like every other time I've watched this show, I was on like Xena's side. It's like Alithia was such a shit friend, constantly like making jabs at Xena, undermining her, like letting her know that you're not as good as me, you're not on the same level as me. I don't know what Matt's doing back there.
Trying to get a pillow.
I felt like what Xena did was justified. For some reason in this watch through, I've got the complete opposite reaction. It's like Alithia was absolutely a shitty friend. Like she did make jokes at Xena's expense and tried to fuck with her. But there were also times where Alithia was like actually trying to be kind, like trying to help Xena get pregnant. It's like for whatever reason in this watch through, I felt like Xena was less justified here than in previous watch longs, and I don't know what changed. Did it feel that way for either of you, or are you still on like Team Xenon here? Like Alithia
I mean,
deserved
I
this.
mean, it was a pretty horrible. I think they can both be in the wrong. Yeah, that is something that can very well happen. Like, cause I mean, she's a like Alithia's a really shitty friend early on, and then kind of the longer she stays there, the more she's like, these guys. It's actually a lot better to hang out with people here who aren't so stuck up and judgmental, like actual Roman people in Rome. Like yeah, because I can they aren't really trying to get back at me or anything. Yeah, but and yes, like Lucy Lawless is also being kind of horrible. They're both being horrible to each other because they're in a horrible system that encourages and enables being horrible to each other.
I didn't feel like Lucy Lawless was in the wrong so much on this because Alithia tried to fuck over Lucy Lawless already by having Spartacus killed. Like that would have
Fair.
fucked up Lucy Lawless and Badiatus's entire sort of life at that point because they're writing everything on Spartacus. So
But Xena also wanted Spartacus dead.
Yeah,
Xena would
and
have been
probably
fine
still
with Spartacus
does.
right.
dying.
Yeah.
Right, but I think at the point where it's like all this money's coming in, like, and she's kind of saying like, well, I can trade up to like Kenya instead of Alithia. We can have all this. Also, keep in mind, there's in the previous episodes, Lucy Lawless was very kind of upset that Badiatus isn't telling her anything that he's doing because she's like, "Why didn't you tell me this?" He's like, "Oh, I don't want this the blood on your hands and blah blah blah." So I think that Lucy Lawless was also trying to do sort of her own scheming to be able to show Badiatus, look, I can elevate our house just as much. And Ilithia's been a bitch the entire time. Like the entire time. It was only like last episode, whatever, when like Kenny was first introduced that she starts getting a little jealous of well, Xena's my friend sort of thing. But for the entirety of the show so far, Alithia has not been a good friend. So I don't I mean, the way that she went about it, like, making her, bang Spartacus without her knowledge and setting that up, that's a pretty awful thing. That's like a friendship ending thing right there.
Yeah,
Um, because
non-consent is always a bad thing.
consider what would have happened had like how do I want to phrase this? So uh, I have something in my mind, but I'm trying to figure out like what would have happened had Alithia not crazed out and killed Lycinia, and Lycinia just leaves. Alithia is literally like done at that point, right? Glaver's gonna fucking divorce her. She's gonna lose everything. And so I think like at least by the end of this, where Lucy Lawless is like, hey, don't worry. Was this all part of like? Do you guys believe that Lucy Lawless didn't think that she'd go crazy and try to like kill Lycinia? Because
I think so.
Oh yeah,
I
100% she
I
didn't think.
actually see that's the thing because she kind of plays it that way, but I kind of read it where she was almost like that was an outcome that could have happened, and that she would basically have something on Alithia and Glaber and all that for all time
That's
going
just
forward.
her making making lemonades out of lemon. That's
Maybe, yeah.
she's taking a bad situation, be like, well, I mean, we can get rid of the body, and now we got you.
Yeah, I didn't think Xena expected the death to happen. I think Xena fully expected, well, I'm done with Alithia. Her life is going to be ruined now. But now I've got like Kinia here and I'll get patronage from Crassus.
Maybe.
Anyways, long story short, I felt Xena was less justified in this for this watch long for some reason. I've not previously
Does it
felt
change
like
how you
that.
view the character?
No, not at all. Like they're both terrible people. It's just in this watch along, like Xena was going to destroy Alithia's reputation and very likely get her killed I didn't think Alithia's like taunting of Xena warranted that in this watch along. Previous watch alongs, I'm like, yeah, fuck, yeah, get after it, Xena. I don't know why it's hit me different this time. But anyways, that's the episode. Discuss thoughts, feelings.
Okay, Ronan, your thoughts on episode 9, horror?
It's a great episode. Not so much for like the action and the fight scenes and stuff. This is one of those episodes where like part of me when I was watching it, I was like, oh, like would this be considered filler in a lesser show? But then like there is no filler episode of Spartacus outside of like the first, even like the shitty like first like 3 episodes. There nothing in the show is like there is no filler episode. And like, which is interesting because most TV shows that are episodic do have a filler, self-contained episode here and there.
Yeah.
But but yeah, but so it doesn't have all the big action stuff. But this is like a largely character things. Okay, this is the episode that's going to set up what happens in the next episode, and that episode sets the stage for the next 2 seasons of the show. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's great.
All right. Steve, your thoughts on episode
Yeah,
9?
fantastic. Everyone important gets something to do. Everyone's story is progressed. I mean, how many times can I say great episode? I mean, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's great. It's a great episode. It's one of those things where you're just like every you're never bored watching this show, and I think that's the true key to it. Like I've seen a lot of people talk about it in terms of like it's like a soap opera for men, and
Mm.
it is a soap opera for men. Just in just in terms of like the relationships between the gladiators and the backstabbing and like all of that stuff, the violence, the sex, and all that stuff. It's like a soap opera it's like I don't know, there's 200 episodes a year of a typical, midday soap opera. And over that span of 200 episodes, there's tons of filler, right? There's all kinds of filler that goes on, but they distilled all the best parts of like a soap opera into compact, like 10 episodes. And it's perfect. It's perfect. So yeah, now, was it this episode that Vero's wife shows up, or
Next
is it
Next
episode.
literally
episode.
okay? It's next episode. Next episode. Okay. So next episode, Steve, we're gonna get to Steve's favorite episode.
Yeah, it's
Um,
gonna be great.
can't wait. So stick around next Friday. I don't even know what is the episode called, Steve. You should know.
Party
What's the episode?
favors.
Party favors. Yeah, the party. Vero at the party. It's gonna be a fun time. And your Nemesis or whatever his name is.
Nemesis.
Numerius.
Numerius. Yeah, Numerius. He's back. And Steve's favorite characters.
Nimius.
Yeah,
Nemesis.
I thought you were saying your Nemesis shows
Yeah,
back
I
up,
thought
but
he was
that
saying that too.
Oh, maybe my brain
but
was thinking Nemesis and Numerius.
but yeah, like
Yeah.
I get how you could make that flub because like I mean, while they're not similar names, they're just close enough to where you could fuck them
Yeah.
up that way.
Yeah. So anyway, hit that like and subscribe. I'll leave a comment down below. What'd you guys think of this episode? And we'll be back next weekend with another episode of Jupiter's Croc. Episode
Oh, I
good.
mean, we yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't have to be, we don't have to be
know
They're
rude.
all
we
they're
know
all like this. They're all
yeah
like this.
we know that they're all thumbs ups.
And
Just
cut.
in the episode.
cut.